Today I'd like to look at a song that I wrote for my upcoming album. This tune is called Twilight and uses all the notes from one major scale, in this case F major, and all the chords come from the F major scale as well. This is an assignment I give most of my students early on when they're studying composition. Basically learning to write from a major scale with no secondary or subsecondary dominance and no modulation. We'll start by looking at the chord palette that I've made for the F major scale. The chord palette includes the 7th chords, F major 7, G minor 7, A minor 7, B flat major 7, C7 or C sus, D minor 7, and E half diminished 7. The chord palette also includes triads, F major, G minor, A minor, B flat major, C7 or C major, C sus, D minor, E diminished, back to F. And it also includes a lot of tetrads, or 4-note structures that aren't typical 7th chords. For instance, C add 9, F add 9, B flat add 9. We also have G minor add 9. When I'm dealing with the Phrygian mode of a major scale, I'll add the natural 9 to that. So this B natural, although is not found in the melody for the song we'll look at, I did write an A minor 9 chord as an accompaniment. So usually with the Phrygian mode, the 3rd degree, in this case A minor in the key of F, I change that to either a Dorian or Aeolian to give it a natural 9, unless I want an actual Phrygian sound, in which case I'll write basically B flat Lydian or major 7 sharp 11 over A. And that will be more of how I get to a Phrygian sound. We also have D minor add 9. And then we have our add 11 sounds. So F major add 11, G minor add 11, A minor add 11, B flat major add sharp 11, C add 11, and D minor add 11. This is often the chord palette that I start with when I'm writing a diatonic song. You can also remember that all of these chords can be put over any of the bass notes from the key. So if we have a C triad, for instance, we can put that over B flat, we could put it over E, we could put it over G, we could put it over D. Really, you could put it over any note. And some of those notes will create 7th chords. For instance, if I put C over A, we have A minor 7. So once I've written out the chord palette, I start looking for a chord progression at the piano, and I almost always start with triads for the basic chord progression. Often I think of the triads in different inversions. For instance, going from F to C in first inversion, or from F to D minor in first inversion, something like that, or from F to B flat in second inversion. So I think of voice leading, and I think of inversions when I'm writing with triads. Now let's look at the song that I wrote for my upcoming album. This tune is called Twilight and uses all diatonic notes from the key of F major. The chords and the melody all come from F major. So we'll talk through the tune real quick in terms of Roman numeral analysis. It starts on the 4 chord, Lydian sound, then it goes to the 3 minor, and in this case I've added the 9, so that's that Phrygian mode, which I've changed to either a Dorian or Aeolian mode. Then it goes back to a version of the 4, which is 4, and I've added the 9 to that, B flat add 9, and then finally to 1. Then we go to the 5 chord, C over E, and sometimes I add a 9 to that sound. C over E would be like C7, but there's no 7th in this, so it's a little more of an open sound. Then we go to D minor 9, and that in the key of F is the 6th chord. Then it walks down D minor with C in the bass to B flat, back to the 4 chord. Then to the 5, so C add 9, no 7. Then to the 6, D minor 9, and then to the 2, G minor 9. Then From that walks down G minor 9 over F to C over E, or C add 9 over E, so again like a C7 with no 7th. C add 9 over E to F major, so to 1, and again 5, add 9 over 3, over the E to 1. And so that's the song. Sounds kind of like a singer-songwriter or pop rock sort of a progression. Let's listen to the recorded version of the song while we look at the chart. So I hope you found that helpful. I think starting with diatonic writing in a key center is very valuable for your musical training and your development of skill or craft. And I encourage you to do it if you're starting out as a writer. And even if you're an advanced writer, it can be a nice limiting factor to try to write just within a major scale. Oftentimes using a restriction or a limit will foster creative energy and really help you find some interesting ideas that you might not have found otherwise. This is Matt Otto. I'm a tenured professor at Kansas University. If you enjoyed the video, please make a comment. Appreciate you watching it, and I'll see you on the next one.